Mig here from Grasshopper Adventure Series with another pre-ride video, bringing you everything you need to know about Huffmaster. First off, remember that it's the new Hopper tradition to send you a rider packet along with this video and a rider email. So please read carefully the attached Huffmaster rider packet that will contain all of the following information. The event venue takes place in the small town of Maxwell in Colusa County. Note here, there's 3 different locations, but all quite close to each other. The event day packet pickup will be at Maxwell High School. This year, we're moving the start just down the street in between the park field and the volunteer fire department. And the finish line will again be over here on Sutton Road. Warming up, please use the north-south Old Highway to warm up and reduce traffic on Sites Maxwell Road in front of the high school. This is a request from the Colusa County Roads Department. Once again, we're bringing you an amazing event to a place where there aren't many people, but there are people. So we need to ride and drive and warm up respectfully, knowing that people are going out their business, doing things during the day. This road, the Sites Maxwell Road, is the main road out to Stony Ford and the Mendocino National Forest, where people will be going out in quads and motos to be enjoying other types of outdoor recreation. For the staging, it's really important that you obey what we're asking you guys to do. As we're staging here little by little in the groups, and then we'll roll out onto the street following the rules of the road, which means staying to the right of the center line. This is a detail of what we're asking folks to do. What we will be doing, we'll be starting and staging at this intersection on California Street. We will have some ribbon to help direct riders across the street into the traffic lane, and there'll be some ribbon along the yellow center line. In addition, for this event, we will have riders posted on the 1.5 mile section of Maxwell Sites Road, taking video of riders. At the end of the start, I personally will be reviewing the videos, and anyone who we see crossing over the yellow line will be DQ'd without exception from the results of the Huffmaster. Later in the day, you'll be on other roads with center lines. Again, the rules of the road apply, meaning you should stay as close to the right as possible and always just in one line. If we have information from our marshals, from our SAGs, from our motos out there, that riders anywhere on course are passing and are on the other lane, retroactively, we may DQ riders. To emphasize, I have a couple of photos of you guys meaning the riders of Low Gap, that has traditionally been a difficult one to start. And even with the videos and the announcement and the pre-ride talk and the police escort, this is what our group looked like on Ore Springs Road, which, as you can tell, is far from being legal. And this is the bridge that's a blind turn that riders chose to disregard the marshals there with flags, where vehicles coming down the other side of the road are going 50, 55 miles an hour. We talk about rider etiquette and rider safety and looking out for each other. There's absolutely no advantage for this group of people to be in the left lane. There's plenty of room to be in the right. So the steps that we're taking right now is for rider safety. Thank you for understanding and doing what you can to help others make sure to make the best safe choices out on the course. Another step that we've taken to make sure that everyone has a safe day out there is that we are breaking up the starts into smaller groups. Note, start times 9 a.m., all pro men and women, followed 5 minutes later by all age group women categories and non-binary. Then we have a 15-minute gap to allow all the women in the age groups to get far out onto course, so those who may perhaps be caught won't be caught on the Highway 162, which is a higher speed road. He'll be out on the rural roads. Throughout the day, any of the groups that are caught by groups from behind, uh, please move over and let them pass. When you are coming upon a rider that you are passing, note that they are also perhaps having their best day ever on a bike. You just happen to be catching them. So please let them know that you're out. Give them time to move over and be respectful. At the end of the day, it's an honor for us to be out here riding our bikes together. We need to look out for each other and to ride respectfully and in a safe manner. Okay, at 9:25, we will have 30 to 39 men, followed by 40 to 49 men, 50 to 59 men, and 60 plus men. And then last, we'll have at 9:45 a.m. all the short course riders. So this should keep us safer. And then those of you who are out there to shred and compete will know that anyone who you're riding with at the time are the riders in your category. We know this won't make everybody happy, but this is the decision we've made to make most of you happy and all of you safer. Weather and riding conditions. Holy smokes. This is perhaps the best permit that we pulled, and somehow we've been blessed with a warm day on Saturday. So things should be drying out. This means that you need to especially focus on staying hydrated out there. It's going to be a warm day. The Huffmaster long course. This map is the same as a ride with GPS with some additional details to it and art by Greg Plum. Thanks, Greg. Notice on the rollout here, it's just a short distance, 1.5 miles before we turn off onto McDermott, where we have gravel sector 1 and gravel sector 2. And then at this intersection, this is where the California Highway Patrol will be posted up. And from here to this point, you are on a highway where you turn left and get back on county roads. The long course has 2 feed zones. The first one here is at a mile, so I don't have it memorized, 45, 52, somewhere out there. Anyways, it's a long ways out into the course. And then the one just before the Huffmaster grade climb. The mini course also has 2 feed zones. We added one this year to the top of Rail Canyon. It's quite a stiff climb. So we'll have just a few things to get you by, especially just some water and some scratch and some food. And then you'll have the same stop as everyone has on the long course. This stop isn't intended for the riders on the long course. It's pretty close to your first feed zone. But of course, if you are in need, you can grab something there. They will take down this feed zone after the last short course rider passes. Got some photos for you to give you an idea of the conditions. This was last year, but it's quite similar right now at the start to early segments of gravel that have been compacted. There's some good lines, but there will be some standing puddles, and there is some room on the right side and oftentimes the left side to go around those. In the earlier flat section, there's 1 or 2 spots that are pretty deep in the middle. I don't think that it's going to be as wet as this photo is right now, seeing how we've had a week for things to dry out. When you get to the highway, you'll make a left onto Highway 162. You have to stop there. There will be a CHP there. And as soon as you turn left, make sure that you stay to the right. If the winds are high, there's going to be a tendency for people to echelon out. You absolutely may not move into the oncoming traffic car lane. And to the best of your ability, stay tighter than the whole lane. Safety is the most important thing. It's less than 10 miles on Highway 162. We then turn left onto Road 303. That again is a rural, lightly traveled road. The photo here on the left is an example of the descent that was super rutted coming off the top of the first dirt climb. We had a couple crashes last year. This will be marked with a caution sign. So please make sure that you stay to the left of it. Stunning views. I do expect us to get little glimpses of snow still in the Mendocino National Forest. This is the descent leading into the previous photo of the corner. As you can see, you'll be losing quite a bit of elevation, so proceed with caution. At the first feed zone, note, no outside help at the feed zones, meaning you can't have your friend or coach or somebody out there handing you a bottle or hydration pack. You must either pick up bottles you left at the start, stop and fill your bottles. You can also leave your water bottles with the NorCal cycling van, the specialized van that will be placed out there for you. Okay. We're not going to require riders to stop there who have decided to carry hydration packs. We know this is a competitive event for a lot of people, so you're not going to be penalized for that. Those, when you're riding with other riders, please note, and what we ask is that people don't leave it with an advantage from the others at the feed zone. You'll be with riders at this point that you most likely will be with for most of the day. So please be respectful of each other. We know it's a race, but you know the right thing to do. Watch for our yellow caution signs that mean caution. We'll do our best to put them in every single spot where it's essential, before corners and before rutted sections in the road. The course overall should be dry and fast. This slide is to remind you that we have a cutoff at the top of Rail Canyon that should not be a problem for people to make, with a hard cut at 2 p.m. If you're there later than that, then you will need to head east back to the start venue. This is also a spot people that have signed up for the long course, and maybe at this time of the day they realize they don't want to spend another 2.5, 3 hours. It still makes for an incredible ride to continue down the Sites Road, rejoin the course, and head back to there. So 2 o'clock is mandatory, but if you get there at 1:30, 1:45, you want to get back to the food and beer, then that's the way to go. This is the start of Huffmaster. We just rode it this week. It was a little bit muddy, but we expect it to be really dry, with some ruts, some obstacles to keep it spicy. We will again be marking this course. And then we have sections of the Huffmaster grade descent. So it's a little bit of a optical illusion. The Huffmaster, there's only a short climb and a really long descent because you are at a pretty high elevation there in Leesville. There's the Huffmaster grade, and then there's Huffmaster Road. So this is dirt up until the ranch at Huffmaster, and then you have the gravel road at the bottom, which is ripping fast. The road's in good condition. There are some sections where there's been water moving across the road and there's ruts, so we will mark those with caution signs. At the end of the day, from Finks Road to Sutton, this is where we're going to finish. You have a 90-degree left-hand turn, and then the sprint. You'll have a long ways to see it. Shortly past that, please continue well past the finish line to scratch hydration, get something to drink, tell some stories, and then head on back to the after party where we'll have lunch and drinks. Thanks for everyone out on the course with our marshals, our motos, our velomeds. We couldn't do it without you, along with our EMS and EMTs and folks from the Maxwell Fire Department. And a massive thank you to all our sponsors. You are incredibly important to us, and you really make this a special event. So thanks for your time listening to the video, watching the video, and have a safe trip. We'll see you guys in Huffmaster.